My name is Sandi Bourque, and I am a third grade teacher at Lakeside Primary in Ascension Parish. I am going to be teaching a lesson today from the Because of Winn Dixie Guidebooks unit. Our students have previously read some literary text and developed an understanding of building relationships between characters. Sometimes it was animals and humans, mostly it was animals and animals. So now they're going to move into reading informational text about animals. There are 5 different chapters in this book, and so the students will work with their partners with one of the chapters to really dig deep into what does the relationship look like between those animals. They will use what they learned in the prior lessons, and they will be able to apply that to their learning here. I've noticed that my students have struggled a little to be able to explain in writing what they know about building relationships, and so we will end our lesson by having a writing prompt where we look at what we previously wrote and we're able to set a goal so that we can improve our writing. This class is super enthusiastic. They love to share their ideas with each other. They're great at partner work and giving each other feedback, setting goals, and they are often known for meeting those goals. I'm super passionate about not only teaching the kids academics, but also building in that layer of building relationships with them as well. So this unit is super special to me because not only do they get to learn how to build relationships between characters and real life animals, but hopefully they'll take the knowledge of building those relationships and they'll be able to apply it to their real life. Anthony? What do I do when I'm reading and I see a comma? What does that comma tell me to do?
You stop for a little.
A very quick second. Good. You take a quick pause. When I get to a period, what do?
Stop.
Also stop and take a pause. Does that mean I stop and look around?
No.
No, I have to stop just for a second. That's the end of it. And realize I'm moving into the next sentence. Okay? When we read phrasing correctly and we read punctuation correctly, guess where we use it better? In our what? Writing. We become better writers when we become better readers. Okay? So on your paper at the top, it is a self-assessment. And before we read, I want you to think about your accuracy, your rate, your expression, and your phrasing. Do you feel like any of these are something that you do good at or something that you can improve on? If it is something you do good, which one do you think you're going to circle?
The happy face.
The happy face. What do you think you're going to, why would you circle the sad face, Alex? Good. I like how he said, I'm still working on that skill. That doesn't mean I'm bad at it. That means I just still need to work on that one. Okay? So let's go one by one. The first one, accuracy. I read all of the words correctly. Go ahead and circle. You're going to write your name where it says partner assessment. Go ahead and write your name so we know who the partner was. And you're going to circle these based on, you're going to do these on how Ian read. You're going to do these on how Ian read, and you're going to do these on how it's right your name here. And then you're circling these based on her reading. Okay? You're circling these based on his reading.
Did what I did, but kind of like the opposite, and like say the explanation whenever you're done with the sentence, like make it exciting if there was a exclamation point at the end.
Animals, Raven. What verb can we use? Think of some of the verbs we've used in our targets before. What do you think we're going to be able to do with these animals? I can. No, we're not making relationships. Gracie? Okay, and if we figure those things out and talk about them, what are we doing? I can. Are we just going to tell what the relationships are? We always want to give what? Text evidence. And when I identify it and give text evidence, I am close.
to be able to explain
Unlikely.
about this text? Anthony?
How humans and animals can be friends.
Okay, do we see humans on this text?
No.
No, it's how animals can be friends, right? With unlikely animals. But this is a nonfiction text. So should we be talking about characters?
No.
No, when we tell what the text is all about in an informational text, that is called the main idea. Very good. And the main idea that we have been focusing on is unlikely friendships. But what about those friendships? Raven?
Humans and animals being friends and
They are being friends, but how are they becoming friends? Do they just walk up to each other and they become friends? No, there's a process. Hannah, they have to what?
they have to get to know each other.
They are getting to know each other, which is going to
Build
build a relationship. Very good. And in order to build that relationship, what would my who question be?
What's their name?
Raise your hand. Think about what we're talking about. You said we're talking about animals, so what would my who question be? What can I first ask myself? Who, Raven?
Who can be friends?
Okay, who becomes friends? I'm good with that. Who becomes friends? So that's going to be the different types of animals. Then who becomes friend? Anna, what might be my what question be? Now that I know who becomes friends, what might I ask myself? What are they doing? Very good. What are the animals doing? What might my how question be, Kason?
How do they become friends?
How do they become friends? Can we connect it a little bit more to our target? Not just how they become friends, but how do they build a relationship? Good. How do they build a relationship? And then the last thing I want to figure out is the relationship good or bad? We're going to look at Raven. Do you mind if we use your work? Good. Okay. So on Raven's work, she was explaining how the themes are similar. Okay. No matter what our writing prompt says, our response should include the same thing. It should start with a topic sentence, then it should give a reason and supported with evidence. Isabella, up here, please. It's okay if your evidence and your reason are flipped, as long as you include them both in your response. Okay? So in Raven's response, she said, Charlotte's Web and Owen and Lizzie both have a relationship. So if we look at our criteria, she determined they do have a relationship. She also knew her main idea was building a relationship. Owen and Lizzie are friends in the story, and in Charlotte's Web, Wilbur and Charlotte are friends. So what type of relationship do these animals have, Jason? A good relationship, and specifically a friendship. They become friends. So Raven introduced what she was saying. We know what story she was talking about. We know what character she was talking about. And we know that they were friends. Both of them were friends. That's how they were similar. Then look how she gave her evidence. She said both stories in Charlotte's Web and Owen and Lizzie have a good relationship because. So she again restated that those characters had. Lizzie showed Owen how to eat leaves. Is that evidence from the text? Is that something they did in the text? Notice Raven didn't just say they ate together. She gave a very specific way that they ate together that Owen showed Owen how to eat the leaves. Okay? So we could have just said ate together, but Raven was very specific in using the text evidence. Charlotte showed Wilbur how to make a web. Did Charlotte show Wilbur how to make a web? No, he did make a web for her, but was he showing him how to do that? No. So if Raven had to correct her writing, which piece of her writing would she work on? Her topic, her reason, or her evidence? Her evidence. Very good. Her evidence. Okay. So in Raven's writing today, Raven, what should you focus on in your writing? Your evidence. So be sure when you do your writing today that you focus on that evidence, okay? I'm going to give back everyone's response, and I want you to look at the feedback on your paper so that when you write today, you know what your focus is for your writing, okay? Which piece are you focused on? If your writing says that you are missing the theme, in this writing, the theme would have been the topic. So which part do you want to focus on having strong? Your topic. If you had good reasons, but you didn't give good text evidence, what do you want to focus on? Need text evidence. So everyone turn your paper over, write on the back side either topic, reason, or evidence, and then you're going to explain to your partner why that's what you chose to work on. Okay?
I need to focus on my topic because I didn't put anything about theme in my topic, so I didn't write about it for that here. And I guess I also have to pay more attention to the prompts. I did evidence because after I did my reason, I was just like trying to hurry up and get it done, and like so I didn't put a piece of evidence to support it.
Step today, before I come around, you have another minute or so to finish it up. But in your baskets on the end, you have your self-assessment. Did I get it today? Did I get it today? So at the bottom, you are going to write, are you a 4? You can teach it to someone else. 3, I understood it. 2, I still need some help. 1, help, I'm kind of confused. Okay, so at the bottom of your paper, go ahead and write those. What is your number? Where do you feel like you are today? All right, Gracie, where do you think you fall on your self-assessment scale?
I think I fall out of 4 because I know the warning taught is I can explain the main idea to build a relationship, that understand the book and the text and how they became friends and what did they do to become friends.
Okay, so it says if you were a 4 that you could teach it to others. What would you teach others?
I would teach others how it's like the relationship and how they become friends, why they're unusual and how do they build a relationship.
After assessing the work in this unit, I am so excited about the growth that my students are making. They were able to take the work that they previously did, and they were able to set goals in order for them to improve their writing and truly improve and express their understanding in a great way. If I could do this lesson again, I would take the partners that they had and give them more specified roles. I may also, in the fluency part of the lesson, have given them the rubric so that they truly understood the components of fluency. They were able to make goals with each other. They were able to give each other feedback, but I think that could have been strengthened a little bit had they had the rubric. So there were a few things that could have changed this lesson to make it a little bit stronger, but overall, I am super proud of my students. They are learning all about building relationships, and that